Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our guest tonight is an award-winning actor known for his roles in Criminal Mind, Modern Family, Giants, Be Positive, and that's just to name a few. But he recently released his fourth book, My Little Black Book. He joins tonight to tell us everything. Please help me welcome back to the show the very talented Terrence Terrell. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Listen, you on the show. First time you on the show, you were promoting Blackie.
Yeah, the first book, yeah.
First book. And now so much has happened since then. Yeah. You're on this whirlwind. I mean, how's life for you these days?
It's good, but it's a lot of, people see I'll say the end game in the sense of like what's done, the finished product, but they don't see all the meetings and the teams and everybody running around, me up at 2 a.m. not being able to sleep, trying to figure things out. But it's a blessing, it's a blessing even be in this space. So I'm very, very excited, but it's work. It's work.
A lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it change for you? I know we're still in quarantine, but not as much on lockdown. But how has it changed for you during that period? How was it for you then?
I low-key liked a quarantine. I was
a lot of artists said that, yeah.
I was like, I ain't gotta do nothing. The week that it closed, the day before LA actually closed down, I was on a flight coming back from filming Batwoman in Canada. Okay. So when I got here, everything was closing. So I got me some little food, some little Hot Pockets. It came in the house, and I was like, yes, I don't have to do anything. But Miss Tina, Miss Tina, Beyonce's mom. Mm-hmm. They have a program called Tina's Angels and Richard's Warriors.
Yeah.
So we check in with our students every Monday. So it was a quiet quarantine until the George Floyd of it all. And then we had a meeting one day and the kids were crying and just seeing all these babies in Zoom crying, saying they were scared to be Black. And then next thing you know, I went to sleep and I woke up, my Skin Deep, the animated short that we're doing right now, Oscar, we got in developments with that. And then I wrote My Little Black Book in 45 minutes with my god baby Jacob on my lap.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was quiet until it got revved up and we was ready. But it's good though. It's a blessing.
Well, you talked about Skin Deep. I was going to ask you about that. Tell us about it's a short film, animated short film about a Black boy navigating complex personal and social issues with the emphasis on colorism, mental health, and self-love. And I know that's a lot of the things that you talk about when it comes to your books and whatnot. And you shared this last time we were on the show, but for those that may have missed it, tell us about, because you went through some of those things, the colorism and all that growing up.
All of those things. And I feel like sometimes even in this world, we still go through it. I was the middle kid, so that's already a situation. And my little brother, exactly. So my little brother and my sister, they were lighter than me. And a lot of different people in my family were, different complexions.
Right.
When I was a child, I would always see them being treated differently. So it just automatically made these issues inside. And so then I wanted to be lighter. So one day I tried to attempt to wash my skin color off. And that's where Skin Deep comes from. So it's mental health, colorism in the Black community, and just a whole bunch of other things like bullying, peer pressure. So it's going to be good. The animation short is going to be up to 7 minutes.
Okay.
But it's jam-packed with lessons, entertainment, but it's going to be good. And I'm so excited. Can't wait to announce who we're partnering with. Okay. Well, I have Anthony Hemingway and 6 Point Harness on there, but it's going to be amazing.
More to come.
Yeah, more to come. Yeah.
So how did you overcome that? Because, I grew up, especially my elementary years until I was 5th grade, I grew up predominantly white, school. And, Black back then for me wasn't beautiful. But now, I mean, I'm sure the women are loving it. Black is beautiful. How did you overcome all that growing up?
Well, I think, I know my grandmother, once that happened, she came home and she gave me this speech about how special I was. And my grandmother, she was very fair complected. So she just kept feeding me with love. So she was calling me king and all this other stuff. Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? She wouldn't let me go outside with certain kids because she knew that it was a bullying situation. So she would always come up with different activities. I was in every sport you can name. So she kept me very busy, but at the same time, she fed into me on a daily, just telling me how much how I loved myself. But then once Blackie came in, that was right at the tail end of me going through therapy and not really realizing that I had all these issues. Because, all of us are really wounded kids that grow up with all these issues that we haven't settled from the past. So I was able to get all that out
Yeah.
through my pen, and that's how it's been happening. So every time I get mad or something, I end up creating. So that's what I just create through all of it.
Yeah. Do you think that, those childhood years of you being bullied and whatnot, you think that's what motivated you to be so, determined and motivated to be as successful as you are today?
No. What happened with me was my grandmother passed, my granddaddy passed, my father passed, and then my mother passed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw so much death and realizing, and growing up and seeing how stressed out and how much pressure my mom and my grandmother and how they put so much pressure on themselves and not really living. So that motivated me and showed me life is too short to not do everything you want to do. Right. So you got to push past this darkness, figure it out, and keep it moving. I always say you have to cry and walk. I never got a chance to sit and cry. I always had to cry and keep it moving. So that would really motivate my mother and my grandmother and just my family, seeing what they went through in the loss. Once you see so much death, you have no reason but to wake up every day wanting to live out loud.
And make that decision to do it too, right?
Yes, that would really motivate.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me up.
Well, it's like I'm seeing you ever since you were on the first on the show. I'm seeing you everywhere. I'm minding my own business. I see a progressive video, progressive commercial. Tell us about. Because it's just so interesting, that concept, but it's cool in its own way. How's it like playing that character?
It's a lot of fun. When I first got the audition, I almost didn't go, of course, the one that you almost don't go to. Right. That's always the one. And sure enough, I was driving up there and the guy was like, oh, it was a massage chair backwards. And I'm in the room like, what's going on?
What are they doing? What's going on? Right.
He said, sit in it backwards. I'm like, how in the world? So I sat in it. He gave me the lines. And I don't know I know where the voice came from, but it came from he said, why did you start talking like that? I was like, I don't know. It just feels like he would talk like this. And it's been amazing. I thought it was one commercial. And I was like, yes, one commercial, because I just got, I was on hold, and actors out there know I was on hold for Toyota, Honda, and Old Spice to be the new Old Spice guy. So I was on hold for all of that, and I kept getting dropped at the last minute or something goes wrong. So Progressive, I was like, just one commercial. And that week we shot 5 commercials, and I was like, 5 national commercials in a week. Days. So then it was like, okay, cool, that was fun. Then like, we got some more, photo shoot more. So at this point, I've done almost 28 commercials.
That's crazy.
So it's a blessing, and people really recognize it.
Oh, right?
Yeah, they go crazy though. Everybody goes crazy over the Motor.
Well, we're about to put together our promo for you. We started to put that in there because that's just something you see every day almost now.
Everybody goes crazy over that. I'm on set and they're just like, oh, can we take a picture? My husband loves you. And it's always like the bikers, the one with the beards, the tattoo. They're like, Motor. So yeah, it's really, really cool. It's a blessing and an honor to be part of that family, because Progressive is amazing. There's amazing company inside and out. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I got to congratulate you, because when I first interviewed you, you won an Emmy award actor, but now you are. And I was stalking your Instagram preparing for this, and I saw your acceptance speech, and you talked about how your mother had passed away right before you got into that role.
Yeah,
take us back to that night when they call your name. I mean, what was going through your mind? You look shocked, like.
Yo, when I tell you that entire week, that was a very powerful week. And I was on, nobody knew I was on 7 planes, almost 8 planes that week.
Wow.
I was shooting a show in Atlanta, and then Progressive did the rollout. So Monday and Tuesday I was at Progressive. So I had to fly back and forth to LA, to Ohio, then to Atlanta. Then I flew back to LA. I was on set until 3-4 a.m. and I flew back at 6. Got here at 12, did another self-tape audition, got in the car, and I all these little things were happening on the plane. You know how you slobbering and you wake up real quick trying to make sure you got before the mask of it all. And I heard my mother's voice in the plane. I'm like, what in the world? So get out, and then we're driving, in the limo with some of the castmates, and my mom's favorite song came on, and I get the red carpet, I'm talking, and the lady said, oh, do you have your good luck charm? And I said, oh yeah, this is my mother's ring. And I was like, okay. So I took it out and showed her. And so right before, because we was losing, we had like 13 nominations. So up to mine, we were losing back to back. So, you know, phones would go up and they go down. So on mine, I remember it was like the winner is, and I heard my mother clear as day. They're about to call your name. Get ready. Wow. And I looked, so I turned. I wish there was a camera because I looked back and they said my name and I was like, oh. So I snatched, I was trying to pull everybody on stage like a rapper. I was like, come on. That's all right. They were like, no. So then I snatched Sean, and sometimes I forget how big I am. So I snatched him and his phone went flying this way. He went flying this way. Then we got it together and ran on stage. And so I was very shocked because I was tired as well. Yeah. And then you get up there and I saw a little girl, she won that night. She was like maybe 10. And she was holding it. She was always heavy, but I'm like, I'm big. If I win, I'm a big. And when I picked it up, it's like, that thing is like 25 pounds. Yeah, and I was tired. I was shocked. The lights were here, and I had no idea what I was going to say. Yeah. It just came out, and then afterwards, like, this is real. And there's a part of it where you see me stumble back, and I almost just fell out, but kept it together.
So when you got home that night, or after, you know, you celebrate, I mean, what is it like? I'm an Emmy Award-winning actor. I mean, when did that sink in?
Terrence Terrell.
When did that sink in? Like for real?
I don't know. I think it hasn't still sank. Like it's right here.
Yeah.
So it still hasn't. When I got home that night, they were doing an after party, but like I said, I was up for almost 48 hours.
Yeah.
And the car service was ready. I got in the car, my she's like family, Kaylin, my manager. We got in the car and she drove me home. They were at the party. I got me some Wingstop and I came home and I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And got right back on the plane and flew right back
to work
and got right back on set. We landed at 7 a.m. was on set at 8:30 a.m.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
I didn't get a chance to let it sink in. And I think with things like this, it's great to be acknowledged, but you never want to get
stagnant.
Yeah, because you get too comfortable. And like, I know it's there. I'm very appreciative for, but there's so much more to do. So I got more stuff out, I want some more of those. So we working hard.
Most definitely. Do you have a dream role or is there a character that you want to play? Or like, what do you see for your career moving forward? Because you play some of everything now, but
isn't that cool?
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, it's really, really
they
cool.
don't pigeonhole you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's really, I've been blessed to play. Because, you're like, oh, well, be a security guard.
Right.
I've been blessed to play all over the medium. Even now, this is my first multicam. And it's just, I've done it all.
Yeah.
But my dream role is to play Teddy Pendergrass. I want to play that.
But you do sing.
I do sing as well.
Yeah,
Teddy Pendergrass, his story is so amazing. And then I have some other projects coming up.
Okay.
In the bag that have been dream roles. But yeah, that's one of my dream roles right now, Teddy Pendergrass, and of course to be the voice for one of my animated series coming out as well. That's I've been very blessed.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Well, we have to talk about your book, My Little Book. Previously, you had Blackie, you had The Crowded Kids, and The She's, and now we have My Little Black Book.
Yeah.
Tell us, and so we're following Scholar. He continues to go. I guess he meets up with his grandparents and finds more about just history. Tell us all about it.
So, like I said, that day with the ones who really motivated that book was the Angels and Warriors, and then also my godchildren, Jacob and Jade.
Okay.
We just went to the pool. We were sitting there, and he hit his head, so he was upset. So he was and the book is just started coming out, and I was like, there's so many things. Even hidden figures like those astronauts. I've never heard of those women.
Right.
So there's so much in the history that we don't know. Not just coming from slavery and everything. We just don't know. So I was like, how cool will it be to actually walk down the street and recognize who made these amazing things in the world and give credit where credit is due. So it's a children's book, but of course, all of them, you learn something.
Right, yeah.
Like I said, everybody knows that Benjamin Franklin's on a $100 bill, but you don't know that Bessie Coleman was the first African-American woman to fly a plane.
Yep.
So throwing that in there, so we know all these other names. we also need to know the names of our people. So this is just a little taste of what's coming. My Little Black Book is going to be it's the book is amazing, but the series that's coming is going to be very, very, very good. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it.
How's it feel to release your 4th book? I mean, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's so cool because I get paid to know words by heart.
Right.
And if I pick up one of these books and try to read with the kids, I'm like, who wrote this? Because it's not ingrained. I know it comes from a higher being. So it's just amazing to be a vessel. And last week, even through virtual, I'm getting all these amazing opportunities to read to children.
Yeah.
I read over to 16 children's hospital. Watching the babies in their bed and they've been fighting since they were born, and they've been quarantined because they don't know anything else but their hospital rooms. So being able to come into these rooms and these babies, one little girl, her name was Fatima. I read the She Superheroes Every Day, and she had a question. I was like, what's your question? Just like, I'm a superhero now too. And that I had to do everything not to cry because these babies are fighting for their lives. And also children as well. They're fighting for their lives just to be themselves. So just to be a person that helped them see themselves, that's amazing. That's one of the biggest roles I will ever stand in on this earth.
Yeah, well, you're definitely a pillar in the community, especially when it comes to kids and outside of even just your acting and all that world. But just with these books, I mean, you look at them and it makes you want to read them, makes you want to find a child and read them too. Like you said, even as adults can pick up something from it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I have a lot of adults that come up and hug me. Well, used to hug and cry because they're like, Blackie, I was the Blackie.
Yeah, you can't hug me now.
Yeah, like it was me. You know, you all my life. So it's been a very powerful journey, and so much more to come. Like the 4th book just came out of nowhere. I never planned to write books because it's just I don't do it. And it just, when it comes, it comes. I never forced it.
I love the fact that you founded I Crown Me.
Yes.
And is that where all the books and all that culminates underneath? Is that correct?
Yeah, the umbrella is Ola Productions. It's named after my grandmother. Her name Ola. And then also the magnolia tree from Mississippi. It's the state flower. So Ola.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. And then I Crown Me is under that. So Ola Productions is my the umbrella company. And so I Crown Me stands for, just not waiting for anybody to give you permission to be crowning ourselves. So and that's where all the books and everything. So iCrownMe.com, books, merch, hats, all the stuff was just in my head, like in my imagination, and just to see it come to life, it's been shocking and hard work and amazing. Yeah.
When you think back of when you first moved to LA and you see what you've accomplished now, are you proud of yourself? I know you don't want to stay in that just, pat myself on the back, but aren't you proud of everything you've been able to accomplish?
I did that yesterday. I told myself, because there was something coming up with the books and had a couple other shows coming up. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had to really sit and I always walk in gratitude. So I'm like, I didn't know how I was going to do any of this. I didn't know how to do it. All I knew is I moved here to follow my dreams, and everybody else is out here following their dreams. So for you to be the standout, you have to work hard. You have to treat people where you want to be treated, because those relationships will be important, as you grow up. So I check myself every day, just like I'm so excited just to be able to order DoorDash sometimes for $7. I'm excited. So I'm already living my wildest dreams. I really, coming from Mississippi, from that little room that was my room, and actually being able to go house shopping and stuff. It's every day is amazing. I wake up every day happy and jumping around, and if not, I make myself jump around, because it could have been anybody else, but so it's a responsibility.
Well, that's amazing. Tell everyone where they can keep up with everything you have going on.
You can keep up with it on Instagram at I am Terrence T. I Crown Me at Instagram, and then Skin Deep on Instagram, or iCrownMe.com, TerrenceTerrell.com. And and then SkinTheMovie.com.
Yeah. And I know the next time I see you, probably have an Oscar by then. So
it's coming. It's coming.
Well, listen, the book is called My Little Black Book. For more information on the book and on Terrence, go to our website at StephenKnightShow.com. We'll be right back after this.